Hello, everybody. Welcome here. I feel like I had to do some tarot reading for the sign of Aries, and I'm starting this reading, and it's pretty interesting because it started really heavy, a little bit heavy. We started with Source, the Hangman, you know. So let's see what is going on, Aries. It looks, Aries, like you are right now having some difficulties going. I don't know if this applies for love. This applies for love or work. Look, Aries, this is you. I think this is love. Okay, so this is for love. What is going on in your love, Aries? It looks like you're feeling betrayed. You feel betrayed, you feel emotional, and you feel like you have been. I feel like you had to go through not like changes, but maybe you had to fight for what is yours, or fight what you want. It looks like you've been through a lot, Aries, in the way that you feel emotional, you feel like you have to battle, you feel like basically like you had to do it all by yourself. It looks like your fiery energy is helping you to find and look for what you want, because look, your fiery energy is helping you. And guess what is coming after this? Look, victory. It's so interesting because the victory comes like this. Look at your cards right now. They were all like this. It looks like you were going through like some emotional pain, discussions, stuff like that. And then look, Aries, you found the power back. You find your power, your fire. You turn your fire on. Like you see this one, the one that it comes after. Look. You might feel like you had to fight a couple times for what you want. Not like only one time. Like you feel like maybe on this one you had to do maybe twice of what you used to do. Look, it's so interesting because look at how many like people or battles this person have to go through. You see? But look, Aries, what's coming after? The victory. You see how interesting Aries is with this Nine of Swords? That he's on the beginning of your reading, and he's fighting. And after the last card is the victory. He got all these swords against him, but look, after he got the sword, and the justice, it's gave him like the you know, like it's on his side. You see? Let's see more for Aries on this reading. It looks like you're going through maybe some changes, Aries, in the way that you might feel like you had to go this by yourself. You know? You had to meditate, analyze, and meditate. Look what comes after all this. It's pretty interesting, Aries, because you first start with this combats and this little fights. It could be fights with your own ego, fights with your own mental state, fights in your relationships, at your job, I don't know. But it looks like it looks like I'm probably in love. Like you could like feel like betrayed, you know. But it's so interesting, guys, because you guys have all this like power and like fire energy, this power that is like you always can go through stuff, because you guys are the kind of people like you will get up of bed and do what you have to do, you know, like you have the fire. Like you're really like for sure like one of the most strong signs that are in the zodiac. Look, Aries, Look how see he's meditating after this. First he got like here, right? Like he's feeling emotional. He doesn't know what to do. You might be caught on something. I don't know if you did something, Aries, or someone did something to you. You feel betrayer. And then we got the victory, right? We got like the hangman. Like you were not going at all good. You decided to change your energy. You did. Right? You did. Look. It's saying that you might have. I don't know if it's a. Is this 3 cards for Aries at their job? It looks, Aries, that you might be going through some changes at your work environment, maybe in love. Maybe you couldn't find out something, or something like they find out something about you. I don't know, but it looks like you had to go through changes. So you were in a this is what the cards are saying. Like you were in emotional pain, and then you got the force to do it, to get out of that mental state. You see how interesting is here, how he is feeling at the beginning. He's feeling betrayed and he's feeling emotional, but look, after the victory that you got the source, look at this, how interesting is how many swords. Look, after you got the victory at your job, love, yourself, the victory of being yourself, look what it comes after, Aries. Now you're here. You needed your time to meditate, and now you're here. It looks like you're pretty defensive, like you're waiting for something, like you're waiting for something, like you're waiting. Is this about love, or what is Aries should be waiting for? I feel like I'll be careful with friends, Aries, because I just don't like this of having like so many swords against this. I'll just be careful, Aries, trusting people. Because after all this victory, Aries, you don't want to go back, you don't want to go back on those mental states, Look, he after all this, after he wins, he's feeling, like he needs, see how the sun is coming after him, and how he got the justice and the time. He's waiting, look, but he's prepared. He knows what it's coming for. You see, this one came before. Like, don't worry about this one. This one came before. That's what I'm saying, like, it looks like you went through, like, I don't know, like, only you can apply it in what happened to you. But it looks like you went through, maybe you find out something, you didn't like it, you needed your time to meditate, but you're a strong sign. Because look, you decided to cut off whatever it was in the middle, whatever it was making you sad. Look, you see? She's again here. She's again here saying, hey world, I'm back. Or you, as a guy or man or girl, but look, he's back. Let's see what else for Aries. Please, Tarot, show me more about Aries and his energy. If this was a past and Aries came from a victory of being herself, from getting out of the depression that could happen, show me what you Aries should know about the energies in this week. Advices for Aries, man or women that is watching this video. And 1, 2, no, the energies. Oh wow, okay, Aries, you need your time. You need to heal, Aries. You need to heal. You might be thinking that it looks like you're probably in a lot of because I remember one of the cards that was in the other reading. It was I think it was like the 10 of Cups or something like that, or I can't remember. It was something about friends and society. Yeah, yes, because this one is the 7 of Cups. Aries, you need to go to this state. You need to meditate. You need to let go things that you can be doing that there are not really helping you, Aries. It looks like you've been through some changes and they didn't leave you like that well, but you did it. You made it through. You're here and you're fighting back, right? You're fighting back for yourself, Aries. I will leave behind things that they're not really helping me in the way that I'm saying, like it could be alcohol, could be going out too much, party too much, things that they just distract you. I will get some time for meditate for sure. What else for Aries? Why Aries feeling so distracted right now? What is Aries feeling? What can I tell Aries about their energy? Please. Look, Aries. This is the second time from all this. This is the second time this card comes out. You see? You're gonna make it true, Aries, because you have the power. Look. 1 is not enough. 2 is stronger. You see that? It's like the balance, Aries. You have to let this go. This could be meditation, and this could also mean that you don't really have to be in isolation or nothing, Aries. I'm just saying that take your time for meditate, and as well you're gonna make it, look, because you're powerful enough to do it. You have the fire in you. And look again, look, Aries, how interesting it is. You see how she's beautiful after all this? Look, I don't know if maybe you were dealing with a lot of when you're just getting crazy, or you just not really know what to do, when you're just spending money, you're just drinking, smoking, because you're trying to avoid those feelings that we saw before. And then we can see here like this person, like it's also like it came in like in the opposite side. So I think it could be like, or 1 you can play for two ways, or 1 you're being in isolation, or 2 you're just going crazy right now, Aries. Look, trying to avoid those feelings that you had. You're just going crazy, right? And it's saying that just chill, but it's okay, because look, Aries, I will just be careful with that, Aries, like just going too crazy. But look, you are a really strong sign, and you know you can make it through, because look, after all that, here it is, this person making it through. And here, look how beautiful the sun is behind. Like, you see, look, you see how he got the power back? Yeah, that's what I feel like it means, Aries, that you were through some you were maybe through it could be also like physical, it could be also like materialistic stuff. Like, you could have been maybe sad about materialistic stuff that happened, maybe you could have lost something, or you want more. That could be also, but if you want more, Aries, you have to go to this isolation a little bit, meditation, and in order to have this, you see, you're gonna make it through, Aries. Look, what else for Aries? Oh wow, Aries, look, you see how she's on her throne in the sun again. It looks like for me, Aries, that you were through maybe some dark time, dark side, a dark moment, because I remember I saw the tower on your reading, so I think that's what it is. Like, you had a tower moment, and somehow it looks like, for me, how I read this, it's like somehow you made it out of that mental state that you were. Mental state, or it could be physical, or emotional. you made it out somehow. You made it out somehow, and no one will see, no one knows the pain that you had to go through, because you guys are the kind of like signs that don't really like to show their emotions, you know, where you guys don't really like to show what you're going through. But here, Aries, you're a strong sign. You're really a strong sign. What else for Aries? You see how beautiful she is on this, after you see how he get his power back, or him or she, and how she is at the end, you know, like here, like, you know what, look, I got this, my transformation, and I'm here and beautiful, and guess what, I'm coming back to get what is mine. You see that, Aries? Interesting. Really, really interesting. Let's see what else for Aries. Advices. Advices for Aries, please. Let the karma do whatever they need to do. I asked if it was about love, and they say yes. I feel like whatever happened to you, Aries, I feel like you just have to focus on yourself, because look, the justice is on your way, and I feel like I will just not do anything. I will just let the karma do it, because you had it with you, you know. You also have the sword, like, you see how the justice is coming. Apply it, Aries, in your aspects of your life. You see, you had to go through these changes, you know, Aries. Look how beautiful is this, Aries, in the way that you were in depression, or you were through some stuff, you know, like they didn't really make you feel nothing good at all. Now, how he's like all crying for all those cups, you know, and their thunders and their clouds. You see how there are clouds over there, Aries? And how he's like here all like meditating. And then look, he comes here with the sun, opening those clouds, you know, like he's just taking action. Yeah, he's taking action. And at the end, here it is, saying, you know what, I made it. I'm here. I'm sitting on my throne, because the justice made me help me. You know, the justice was in my way. Do you guys want to give any advices for Aries on love? I will keep my money. I will keep my money safe, Aries. Because look, people see you as someone really powerful. I will try to see the both sides. When people approach me, Aries, I will try to see the both sides of their coin, you know? See what they really want. Because you already went through this, Aries. You it looks like here in the reading, looks like you had to go through a lot in order to feel back, to have your power back. I would not like to you lose all this, Aries, because if you're going through pain already, and you know, like they already teach you lessons, you don't want to go through all this again, Aries, because you already made it. So karma, it was on your favor. Be careful with your spendings, you know. Also be careful, you know, just like after like all this transformation, that feel too comfortable and not take any action, you know. I'll for sure keep going what I was doing before, in order to get this, you know, when you were like in this state and then you had to do something to get back to this, Aries. I will not leave it. I will keep doing it. Okay, what else? Look, you're doing a lot of healing. You're doing a lot of healing in order to have this, Aries. You see? It's beautiful. It looks here like someone has been praying and praying and praying, or just, you know, living maybe just this to the justice, to karma, you know. I'm so sorry, Aries, to see like the first cards that were really honestly, the first cards that were really harsh. They were strong, but like I said, that was a past, and we went through the reading, and the reading shows, you know, like all this energy and action that you had to do. Only you know what you had to go through, and what you had to do to get your fire, you know, your fire from your heart back, or maybe that what you had to do in order to separate what was going on. It looks like it was, I don't know, it was family, or what happened here. What happened here? Why Aries was feeling like that bad? It looks like you couldn't find something, Aries, like it looks like you couldn't find something, Aries, that I don't want to go into that, but you couldn't find something that really, really hurt you. And we also have like whoever did this to you, he's not feeling right, because remember that we say justice came. Look, he's not feeling good, because after the justice came, look, they already put their person in their karma, you know. You're fine, Aries, like you are gonna make it through, and you already made it through. I mean, I will say you're gonna make it through, but you already made it through, and I'm happy for you, Aries. One last card for Aries and see his energy. Look, Aries, I feel like this was you, Aries. Honestly, I feel like this card was you. You are the tower. This moment, this energy. You are the tower, Aries. You couldn't find something, and you decided to finish it, or things were done, and you were through a lot of pain. Yeah, like we saw in the tarot, right? But look, second time the tower comes out. You were the tower. You broke those lies. You find out those lies. You broke up those situations. But you're so strong, because after this, you know, like, we have this. You know? I feel like you made ashes everything that hurt you. You buried them. You broke everything that was hurting you. Because I feel like you took that decision because you didn't have another option. Like, you see, this cards again. You didn't have another option, Aries. You didn't. You had to do that. But it was okay, Aries, because you took the right decision. That's what you had to do. That's what you had to do. There was not another option. Apply it for whatever you needed. You are the tower. I feel like sometimes, like, people are scared of this, but I feel like sometimes we are the people, like, we do this, you know? So, yeah. What signs or energies will go with Aries this I'm sorry, it's just like I want to keep, you know, I'm kind of like, I like to know what is gonna like keep coming for you, you know. I just wanna see. Let's see, Aries. So we have here the underworld. Aries, I feel like if you took this action, Aries, it's because your intuition was telling you. You were not crazy when you took that decision. Your intuition pushed you to that. So you were right. I just want to tell you, Aries, that you have the justice on your side, and you took the right decision because you were guided to do it. Because, you know, like, you had it to do it, so don't worry. And again, look, Aries, this is you. Showing how you came out from that thunder, from those clouds, you know, with the tower moment, with your angels helping you. Here you are, Aries.